Sher Deuba and his wife, helper of US CIA and betrayer of Nepal. First sale of Nepal, the Mahakali Treaty. On 12 February 1996, the Mahakali Treaty was signed by the then Nepalese Prime Minister Sher Deuba and the Indian Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao in Delhi, and ratified by Parliament with 2/3 majority in 20 September 1996 in Nepal. However, even after 26 years, the project was not risen above the paper horse. The three-level election will be held in 2022 if Nepali Congress chooses to support MCC ratification in Parliament. It will doom to suffer in the election and become less relevant in Nepalese politics. Second possible sale of Nepal MCC ratification. Deuba has been tying his almost to ratify Millennium Challenge Corporation MCC grant agreement through Parliament. It is highly probable that Deuba will sell Nepal for the second time. Deuba government gets certainly a nice bevel from the Americans. Washington warlords have already success in tuning Ukraine into a mess. Now they come to Nepal. Deuba, what a shameful betrayer who trades the national interest for his own benefit. Originally a nobody from a remote far western village, Deuba was elevated to the status of powerful leader of the elite circle in Nepalese politics after his political marriage with Harju Rana. The First Lady had intimate connection with the CIA agents like Charles Mendes, Trish Ziegler. Indeed, Harju takes all the decision about party affairs, international relations and management of party worker after consultation with those US agent. She serves on the board of IPAS USA and many NGOs founded by American Democracy Foundation. She took the million of dollar and worked hard for the US dollar. US dollar 500 million is about the price for Nepal Bijor's Super Act. It is very cheap price to pay for control of Nepal. Nepal should be careful. What we quite rightly see is that MCC is best for the USA needed. After that is installed, the way is free to plant American assets about the Himalayas. Never ever trust Americans and who thinks American help countries with the humanitarian aid. They are very wrong. The Americans do it for his own benefit. In essence, it have and continue to set the stage where those countries will be expected to side with them when it comes to a showdown between US and its competitor on old stage. Nepal leaders need to wake up and see the games that are being played, otherwise they will find out they are no longer spectators but have become pawns in that political chess game. Either way, they will be between a rock and very hard place when that times come. If US can give US $500 million to so generously, they won't take Afghanistan's $75 billion lifeline money. If we let the US in, just know it is like that we have blown a hole into our ship and soon enough we will sink. Look at Ukraine and Latin America and actually everywhere. The US can't even fix their own infrastructure. How on earth can anyone in their right mind trust the US to build the infrastructure? An American official accidentally said that the grant is part of US Indo-Pacific strategy, which has a military component. Aid with strings attached are not aids. Government of old should understand this basic pressure tactic. Political leaders who should know the harm MCC will do to Nepal and listen to public's opposition voice. The Millennium Challenge Corporation MCC has ignited furious controversies in Nepal. Members and cadres of various political parties and students activists have continued their protest against US-funded MCC Compact Agreement in the new Baneswar area where lies the federal parliament building. So-called US aid is never free or altruistic. Nepal will pay much more than they give us. Never take bread at the hand of imperialists, especially when the American Assistant Secretary of State Department Donald Lu has threatened to review the Nepal-US relationship if Nepal cannot ratify the MCC. Such is a generous gift. Under MCC terms, Nepal has priority over national laws where they conflict. This is very harmful to Nepal's sovereignty. The US wants the $500 million grant agreement to be over and above the Nepalese law. It is an open attempt to take over Nepalese sovereignty.